Testing, testing, testing. Yo, what's up there, everybody? Welcome to GTA Autos. This is your wonderful host, What is Gt500 here, and we're gonna be doing a show. I know I haven't been on here for a while, and I sound a little bit weird because I just went to the dentist and they unfortunately pulled a tooth. So right now I got gauze in my mouth, and I'm gonna be talking like this for a few days or so. So right here in front of us is our next car. This is a car that I've actually been waiting for ever since they've announced the Doomsday Heist. This is the Grotti Gt500. Not to get confused with the Ford Shelby Gt500. This is the Grotti Gt500. Now, before we get started, I'll give you specs, I'll give you history, I'll give you all the information you need to know about the cars I do on the show. Not all my cars are going to be 100% accurate, so please be mindful what you post on that comment list. So, let's get started. Now, the GT500, not the Shelby GT500. This is such a weird car for me, just because of its name. See, Rockstar usually do not name their cars after regular real life cars. I think there's only two cars on here that are named after regular cars. You have the Trifade Nero, and then because the name came from the Kia Nero, and then you have this car, the GT500, which is also a car in real life, which is the Shelby GT500. Now, this car is not based off of a Shelby, of course. This is based off one of the classic Ferraris from the 60s, particularly the Ferrari 250 GT SWB. And it also has a little bit of the BMW 507 in it. So it's basically mainly off of Ferrari. So we're going to be talking about that particular Ferrari. Now, Ferrari has always been a car that I'm just so fantasized. Even when they started and then when they begun, Ferrari, Enzo Ferrari, he was a race car driver. And the only reason why Ferrari basically were out there for the public is because what they did was you needed a specific amount of production of cars for the civilians to purchase for you to be in a race. Not only that, he did that just to finance his racing career. So Enzo Ferrari not only just sold nice looking vehicles, he also raced these wonderful vehicles. And this was one of them, the 250 SWB. Now, I'm not too familiar with Ferraris. I just know a little history about them. I know for a fact that Lamborghini used to work for Ferrari. I know those little facts. But Ferrari in general is a little bit of a pickle to me because I'm mainly into American-made vehicles. So right now I have the old Wikipedia right here on my tablet, and I'm going to basically give you some little stuff on here just to get you to understand what this car is. It was in production from 1953 all the way to 1964. It was designed by Guido Birzini, Sergio Scaglietti, Pininfarina, Viginel, and Gia. The chassis is a Grand Tour car. It's a Berlinetta Cabriolet Coupe, and it has a 3-liter V12. Came with a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed manual. Those are just the little things about this car. And this particular car, if I'm correct, was raced back in the 60s. Now I don't know what particular races, but it did race in the 50s. Now, this car is not only family to the iconic 250 GTO, which was the Ferrari that was raced back in the 60s. I think it was in Le Mans. And that is the crown jewel Ferrari, being valued at over $20 million. Now, this one that I'm reading right now said that this one sold for 18. Back then, when it was new, it sold for $18,500 back in the 60s. Now, inflation, that was probably a lot of money, so give or take, that was probably around that was 6 figures today's market. Now, let's just move away towards just the car itself. Let's just look at this thing. It's so gorgeous. It has a body design that I just cannot believe that Rockstar actually did. This is just one of the most beautiful cars that I think Rockstar has ever put on this game. It's based off a gorgeous Ferrari. It drives like a gorgeous Ferrari. It's a wonderful looking car. I think Rockstar really just outdone themselves with these classic cars. So right now you just see I got the racing stripes on it. This car is based off a racing car, so you're obviously going to make it look like a race car. Now I'm going to pop the hood, basically show you the little things about this car. There's nothing too special about it. It opens up like a classic car. Nothing. Now I think the hood doesn't open up because I have a latch on there, and that is the customizable options that you can put on it. Now, let's basically take a cruise in this car because this car sounds wonderful. I love how this car sounds. It handles really wonderfully and it performs really nice. Now, the interior I love. I like the wooden steering wheel on here. The sound of the engine is so gorgeous. I'm gonna shut up real quick so you can hear it as I drive on here. Just gorgeous. Now, the thing with this car is the engine noise, the notes that comes from this car is also the same in the Stinger, and it's also the same in the muscle car class cars. So it sounds like the Dominator a little bit. You can actually hear it. It sounds like the Stinger's engine mixed with the Dominator or any muscle car's engine. That's basically what it sounds like. And just how this car corners, it's really easy to control. And for the price, this car is a bargain compared to some of these other classic cars on here, such as the Silvestre, which costs almost over $1 million. This car well deserves literally its praise when it comes to its not only stunning looks, but its performance, its handling, its elegance. This car really is just awesome. I love how it drives. Rockstar, you just really need a round of applause because this is such a good car. Now, this car is valued at $750,000 if I'm correct. $750,000 to buy on this game. Now, if you $785,000, I'm sorry, and it's on Legendary Motorsports. And I'm basically going to show you right what it is, because if you can compare it to some of these other sports classics, like the Gt500, and then you have the Lampadati Versailles. Now, I've never driven the Versailles, but I've heard it's pretty quick. And then you have the Honest Silvestre. This car is valued at $990,000. And basically, what you paid for, you get a good car. I'm basically gonna bring this out in a later episode, but this is I like how it sounds, and its performance is really twitchy, but I like it. And if I were to say comparing these two, this one's a better bargain. But if you want something that's really in your expertise, the Honest Silvestre is your choice. But the GT500 is mainly something that you just want to be seen around in town in. And it's also a great GT car. That's why they give the term GT500. It is a wonderful Grand Tour car. I don't have much to say about this car. It's really a nice car. I think it's really a lot of value for what you're paying for on here. So it's a fun little car. I think y'all should have an opportunity to take a look and drive this car. And hopefully y'all enjoy it. This is what Gt500 here signing off with the Grotti GT500. I'll see you guys in a later episode when we'll be doing the Honest Silvestre. So just give me about a day or so and we'll get started on it. Oh my god, this car just looks gorgeous when you just put it into the stance. I'll see you guys later.